Hey guys, it's Matt with Tips for Truckers over here, taking Shelby for a little walk, and I just want to do a little bit different video so you guys could check out Shelby while I kind of talk about this video's topic. Gotta keep a good eye on him, don't want him to run away. But so this video's topic is, if something is wrong with the truck, seriously wrong, you need to fix it, or else a lot of times it will cause other problems. And let me explain to you a little bit. Probably number one thing is, earlier I had a video, link in the description, about when you have a bad battery, you got to change all the batteries. And why is that? The reason is because, like I said in the video, there's going to be a parasitic draw. And when you have one bad battery, it'll weaken the rest of them. But I just want to tell you a quick story about, I was working for this hunk of junk company a long time ago. And I wanted to tell you guys this story about, there was one thing wrong with the truck. Just one thing. It would have been probably a $300 fix or so. And it ended up being several $1,000 fix. Just because they didn't want to replace that one, or more so, I took it to the shop. Well, let me just tell you the story. So what I noticed was my my voltage gauge was going up to 15, and then down to 11, and up to 15, down to 11. And as you guys should know, it's supposed to be around 13.8, 14.2 or something around there, and it should hold a constant voltage as long as the engine's on. But so the problem with that is, now obviously, like I said in an earlier video, if your voltage is inconsistent or low, it's almost always your alternator. And so all they had to do is just replace the alternator. $200-300 part. I looked it up and took it into the shop, and this is what they did. Okay, they hooked up the computer. They had it hooked up for 6 hours, just like they do, at the dealerships or whatever. But anyway, this was at their actual shop, and with their mechanics. So they had something, to lose, something at stake if they screwed something up. So this is what really bothered me. And they hooked up their computer, and they kind of messed around for several hours, and instead of where I could be driving. They just had the computer hooked up. So, the computer says there's nothing wrong with the truck. So I said, well, okay, I got, my voltage is inconsistent. They said, oh, it doesn't matter. The computer says everything's fine. All right, cool. So what ended up happening, like I said, I could have just replaced that, the one alternator, $200. So then what ended up happening was, it was giving too much voltage to the starter. Like I said, it was with it putting too much voltage to the starter, it ended up frying the starter. Now this company's policy was, they don't jump start. They'll call a tow truck for $500,000, and they'll pull pop start you. And I'll do a video on how to do that later. But anyway, basically, so like I said, then it fried the starter. I had to get pop start every time I turned on and off the truck, and because this company was so cheap, they had 5-minute idle. So every time the truck shut off, they just had to call a tow truck, $500 a piece. Okay, instead of just replacing that $200 alternator. Then the batteries ended up frying, and they just replaced one battery, and then that battery ruined all the rest of the batteries, and it all could have just been saved with just a $200 part. And so that's what this video is about. Sometimes you just got to replace the part, spend a little bit of money on the front end, you won't spend so much on the back end. Anyway, Matt with Tips for Truckers. Have a great day. And sometimes you could overlook a part being replaced, but when it's something serious like an alternator, battery, starter, anything like that, oil pump, leaking coolant, just get it fixed, And that's it. Have a great day. I'm out Tish for Truckers.